so excited about these shoes, you guys. Ah! Welcome back, friends, to another episode of Shoe Eating Monster. If you're new here, hello, welcome. I'm Juliana. Hello, hello, hello. And today we are doing another episode of Shoe Eating Monster. I have the Altra Lone Peak 6 for us. But before we get into that, don't forget to like and subscribe. Whoop, 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 ba-doo. Every time someone likes a video, I get so excited because I'm like, wow, someone watched it and they liked it. That's so nice. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode of the Shoe Eating Monster. Today, I have something that, if I think about my history more, the more it just makes sense that this is where I kind of landed recently. But I have the Altra Lone Peak 6 right here in my hands. Here you go, the Altra Lone Peak 6. This is a back model. This is a member of the Second Chance Shoe Society. I did get these off of Mercari for $20. We love it. Buy used shoes, people. It's a nice time. But this is a shoe that is slightly, I would say, controversial because this is a zero drop shoe. So what that means for anyone who maybe is not quite as deep in the hole with shoes as I am, is that your heel and your toe sit at the same level. Theoretically speaking, this is not a zero drop shoe anymore because I have run in it, which means that it's at least a 2 to 3 millimeter drop shoe now at this point. Because I slammed into the front of this bad boy so many times on the 13 miles that Ben and I ran in this. Most shoes have at least like about a 4 millimeter drop in them. It just means that it kind of facilitates a little bit more of a forward motion, so when you kind of put your foot on the ground, it kind of rocks you forward ever so slightly, facilitates that forward motion. These shoes are meant to facilitate like more natural running. This type of shoe became a lot more popular when the barefoot shoe running thing was a lot more popular when Born to Run came out, but it's not really as popular anymore. But these shoes are still very popular with people who just want a zero drop shoe. The big pull for this shoe, and for me personally, I don't really care about the zero drop thing, again, land on the front of my foot, I don't even use the back of the shoe, is the wide toe box. So this brand is meant to be like really wide in the toe box and more like foot shaped, so that way your toes can like spread out. And ooh, baby, did that. I loved every second of it. It was wonderful. I had my toes out and I was like, whoo, yeah. But let's get to what you all came here for, because the purpose of these videos is to tell you if I feel like the shoe is durable or not and if it's worth your money. So, like I said, this is the Altra Lone Peak 6. This is a back model. I believe they are on either the 7 or the 8. I believe it's the 8 right now. And that shoe, I believe, retails for $140. This shoe you can get, if you buy it like semi-new, is around like $100, $110. There are plenty of deals on Poshmark and Mercari and eBay that have this shoe somewhere in the same range that I paid for it, which is like the $20 to like $40 range, give or take. So, not an expensive investment to make, but Juliana, is it a smart investment if I am a shoe eating monster? If I am very, very, very rough on my shoes, do you think this is a good idea? And like you might have guessed at the beginning of the video, the answer to that is yes. So this is my bad foot, and anyone who knows me at all or has watched any of these videos previously knows that this section right here is the area that I chew up. So I'll let you guys see that. There you go. And honestly, there's a little bit of wear down right here on this lug, but you wouldn't even know that I ran in these shoes at all. They don't really even look that different. And honestly, I've not had a shoe come back like that, except for the Puma DB82, literally ever. So whatever is on the bottom of this shoe, which I believe is a compound called MaxTrac, which is right there on the bottom right there, you can see. And there's a nice little foot on the bottom too, because it's foot shaped, you know, feet. Haha, it's a fun time. But this shoe, one, was so nice for my toes to spread out. It was so great to have that splaying of my toes. And also, we came back and I was like, there's like no wear on these shoes. There's like absolutely no wear on these shoes. You would never even know that I had worn these shoes out on like a 13-mile run. And Ben and I did a mix of kind of like dirt, leaf areas. We ran on the roads for at least 4 or 5 miles. And then we were on like mixed terrain with like roots and rocks and sand and things like that. Honestly, I was, one, thrilled with the wide toe box because I am a wide-footed gal and I kind of skeet between men's and ladies' shoes. And being able to find a shoe where I just felt like I could use the whole front of my foot, one, made me feel very happy. And two, I put on my other shoes this morning and I was like, oh no, Oh no. Just because the toe boxes weren't quite as spacious as these bad boys here. But the durability was great, which is funny because I always like to read like reviews of the shoes that I'm going to be potentially reviewing and potentially giving you guys feedback about before I run in them. And there were some people who were saying this wasn't a durable shoe, which maybe for them it wasn't. There also comes the kind of je ne sais quoi, the definition of what a durable shoe is and like what makes a durable shoe a durable shoe. Is it because Juliana can run in it for 13 miles and it doesn't disintegrate under her feet? Or is it because I can have this shoe in my closet for 25 years, even though that's not a good idea, and just keep walking and running in it for 25 years? Because a lot of the times, especially with the hiking shoes I've found, unless it's a shoe review site that reviews non-hiking shoes, these people have really unrealistic standards for their shoes. Shoes today are not built to last you like 10, 20 years for the most part, especially running shoes. And to base their durability off of that is not a fair measurement. And this is coming from someone who maybe is not the most fair measurement of durability either. So I would just think about who's writing the review first and the other reviews that they've written. People like Believe in the Run or all the other people who do regularly do shoe reviews. They're great. They know what they're doing. They try out trail shoes. They try out road shoes. They have a good concept for how long shoes typically last. And as someone who's run in a fair amount of shoes, like I have a good gauge for the most part how long a typical running shoe should last. And honestly, I was super duper impressed with this shoe. So I will say I can definitely recommend the Altra Lone Peak 6 for durability and for wide toe box. We love the wide toe box. I'm going to be trying out some other Altra shoes. You better bet your butt I came right back on over to eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari as soon as I got home. And I ordered up 2 more pairs of shoes, which I think one of them I paid like $8 for and the other one was like $15. So we'll see what we think about them. But the Lone Peak 6 is, as far as I can tell, on our first run review. And again, I only have 13 miles in these, but honestly, that's more than I usually put in a shoe before I look at the lugs on the bottom. And some of you who follow either the YouTube shorts or my Instagram have seen the Solomon Speed Cross and the damage I did to that in only 10 miles, never mind 13. So, you know, you got to call it out when you see it. But I can definitely recommend these from a durability standpoint. I'm super excited to take these with me. And I kind of decided what shoe I wanted to run my Ultra Marathon in this year already. But I could be easily convinced to run it in this. Because even though there's not really that much stack height on this bad boy, it's like surprisingly pretty squishy and cushiony. So, and it's got a rock plate. We love a rock plate. But I really love these. I'm going to give these a solid, we'll give them, honestly, this is the most impressed I've been with a shoe since the Puma DB8 too. I'm going to give these a 9.5 out of 10 shoe monsters. And I will say, yeah, Go pick up a pair of Altra Lone Peak 6s if you're looking for a durable, zero drop, wide toe box, trail running / hiking / just good traction shoe. Would highly recommend. It's great. We love it. But that has been this episode of Shoe Eating Monster! Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. It really, really, really helps me and just gives me a little bit of a confidence boost, an ego boost. It helps, you know? We appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!